Since Tuesday of this week, Tennessee's state capitol building has been flooded with Tennesseans both for and against Governor Bill Lee's Education Freedom Scholarship Act. Folks across the state have various reasonings for their support or opposition to the bill, some favoring the public school system and some simply advocating for smaller government and fiscal conservatism, leaving many lawmakers feeling as though their districts are split pretty evenly on the issue. Many mainstream media outlets have already spoken with public school advocates in opposition to school vouchers, as well as right-leaning lobbying groups in support of school vouchers like Americans for Prosperity. Several right-leaning publications have also taken the time to platform these perspectives. So, on Wednesday, the Tennessee Conservative spoke with a group that has yet another viewpoint on the complex scholarship or voucher bill.
The goal of school choice and the agenda behind it is incrementalism, and I think that's very important for people to understand, is they have to get their foot in the door, and they do it by taking, small steps. And then, again, the goal to all of this is complete and total control.
Former tenured public school teacher turned homeschool advocate Tiffany shares her thoughts on school choice legislation across the board.
School choice, the agenda behind school choice, it is complete and total control. It's UNESCO aligned. They've made it very clear what their plans are, and we in Tennessee have marched toward that globalization agenda very quickly. I think many people aren't aware, but I definitely think that they need to get engaged and they need to be informed. And if you are supporting any type of school choice program, charter schools, vouchers, educational scholarships, tax credits, that's all part of this agenda. So you need to be aware of that.
The founder of Free Your Children explained that her team's mission is to protect educational freedom and keep government strings out of it as much as possible.
Right now, we are still, as homeschoolers, the last frontier of freedom, I like to say. But if the government starts funding that, then that allows them to be able to come in and erode our rights as parents. So I think that people need to understand that they wrap it up in a really pretty package and it sounds great, but we need to look at the overall picture, and you definitely need to go back and do some research on what has happened in other states and how homeschoolers across the United States are fighting against this. Same thing for private schools. If a private school takes this money, then they are going to have to, that program is going to be administrated, and the government's going to determine how that it is administrated. And they've made that clear in the committee meetings. I called it a Nancy Pelosi bill last year because they were going to pass the bill and then tell us what the rules were going to include. And it's the same. I'm seeing the same things that are happening this year too. So promulgation of rules is a really big problem. And I just think that parents need to be aware of this. And if all forms of education are controlled by the government, we have nowhere left to go. And so that's the big takeaway, and that's why we fight so hard for this, to protect our freedoms, because that's what the Free Your Children ministry is dedicated in doing. It's protecting parental, educational, and constitutional rights.